Welcome back, you guys. I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lines TV, and welcome to the player ratings video after that nice 2-0 win against Crystal Palace earlier today. Now, you guys, I want to be quick, so all you have to do is smash that like button. Help me get over 1,500 likes for today's video. And on that note, we move straight into Kepa and goal. With Kepa, listen, today I couldn't remember any noticeable mistakes in his game. I think he has good potential. He's still young. He's still 24 years old. I feel that Kepa has this potential because as he finishes games, he looks a lot stronger compared to how he starts them. And I think with more experience in this league, he'll be an even better player. But today, he was solid. Nothing spectacular, and I'm okay with that. For that reason, Kepa is going to score a 6 out of 10. Now, we move on to REECE James at right back. And it feels so good to say someone other than Aspie at right back. Honestly, you guys, REECE today had a very difficult test against Wilfried Zaha. Zaha is one of the best attacking players in the league. You know, he's the guy that is the main man for Crystal Palace. And REECE had a massive task today to deal with him. Because in the game today, Lampard wanted REECE to be isolated 1v1 with Zaha. And most times in this country, you know, teams are putting 2 or 3 men on Zaha to stop him. So that really speaks volumes about how Lampard rates REECE and how Lampard believes in the player. REECE came out on top time and time again in those 50-50 duels, and it was getting really frustrating for Zaha. A lot of the things he was trying wasn't really coming off, and REECE was doing his thing. How many times did we see REECE going on powerful runs in the final third? And, you know, Zaha's is doing his best running man impression to get after him. Complete performance today. You know, so impressive. And I've been waiting to see this guy finally get an opportunity. I guess Frank wanted to wait for the right time to really introduce him into the team. REECE is ready right now. REECE is going to score an 8 out of 10. You guys, deep it for a second. Aspie's been roasted how many times by Zaha down the right-hand side. REECE comes in his first game against him. Had him completely patterned. It was ridiculous. So impressive. And honestly, I'm so happy. You know, this team has been crying out for REECE. And he's shown against Ajax. And he's shown today why this guy is the future at right back. Now, we move on to Kurt Zouma. Kurt Zouma, honestly, there's a reason why I vouched for my guys for so long. When people were telling me he's not good enough, he can't pass, he's overrated, he has a mistake in him, blah, all that type of stuff, I ignored it because I've always known the type of player Kurt Zouma is, and I've always known the potential he has, and if he had the right opportunity, this guy could do absolute bits for us, and today he did that. You know, we're seeing the classic Kurt Zouma tackles right at the end on Wilfried Zaha. Every single time he wins these balls so cleanly, he needs to get respect for those aspects in his game. I feel like with Kurt Zouma, a lot of times we only talk about him winning balls in the air. He does a lot more than that. You know, his rating isn't going to be as high because I like to analyze the entire game from the player. At times, I thought Zouma was a bit sloppy on the ball today. But of course, you know, I can't ignore that. I need to put that in my player ratings review. And for that reason, Kurt Zouma is going to score a 7 out of 10. Now, moving on to Fick. And at this point, you guys, Tomori and Zouma need a name for that partnership. I'm thinking Zamori. The Zamori partnership. That doesn't sound too bad in the years, you guys. It's better than Tomuza, and I don't even know why I thought of that. But anyway, moving on to Tomori. This guy for 21 years old. I put out a tweet earlier stating that, you know, a few seasons ago, we were willing to make a 50 million bid for John Stones. He was around the same age as Tomori at the time. And when I compare Tomori now to how John Stones was when he was 21 years old, there's a massive difference. The gulf in class is ridiculous. The advantage that Tomori does have is that his positioning is forever on point. Forever on point, you know. And this is why his pace works so well, because he's always in the right position in the first place, so he doesn't have to over-exceed himself. You guys, this Zamori partnership is looking like the real deal. If you're Christensen, if you're Rudiger, you might have to worry a tiny bit. Real talk, these guys work so perfectly in a partnership together. They're that good. Tomori has the ability to play the passes out from the back, steps out into midfield, and, you know, he stops his markers as well. Kurt Zouma covering him behind, playing those long balls from deep, and obviously winning those last-ditch tackles. It's a beautiful partnership, you guys. Tomori is going to score a 7 out of 10. And to end things with our best back four, we move on to Emerson, and I've been waiting for so long to see Emerson and REECE in the same back four together. These guys did not disappoint me today. Real talk, they did not disappoint me at all, you guys. Emerson came on, and we know what to expect from him. Class, confidence, composure. He's a great player. And today, he was really helpful in supporting the play down the flanks. Now, Christian Pulisic did really well today because he has a partner in Emerson that can help create that space for Pulisic to do whatever he wants to do. Emerson doesn't get beat. Townsend didn't beat him at all in this game today. I don't know what Emerson did. Emerson stepped up to an even bigger level. And I'm telling you guys, if he maintains this consistency, come the end of this season, we might need to have discussions in regards to whether Emerson has become a world-class left-back. Now that the back four is complete, we now move on to the midfield. I'm going to be starting with Cover, and at this point, you guys, I feel it's time during this international break that I do a real serious deep dive into the player. His press resistance has so many tactical merits for this team. It's ridiculous. And I kind of feel like, can a midfield not have Cover in it anymore? I don't think so, you guys. He really has become that good right now. Today, he helped start every single attack. His press resistance, running, attacking the spaces, the passes he played between the lines, especially the one that helped make the first goal. Oh, he's really... I don't like saying the word world class, but sometimes you got to keep it real. How many midfield players play the way Cover does? Like, come on. Especially in the Premier League, what midfield players are doing some of the things Cover does? He's so complete as a midfield player. Do I care that he doesn't get goals? I don't care. I really do not care, because his other assets really help this team out so much, you guys. I've been so impressed by the guy. Cover is going to score a 7.5 out of 10. Now we move on to Cover's partner in crime, N'Golo Kante. Kante came in and he looked very solid. He looked very good as always. What I love about N'Golo Kante is he's low-key so underrated technically. Most times N'Golo Kante is touching the ball. He's always touching the ball and opening his body up at the same time. When you play like that, it means that you're forever going to be a step ahead of the play. And that's what Kante does. His ability to win crucial tackles, his ability to play in the tight spaces as well. He can make the right pass. Did you see that outside of the foot pass by Kante? When have you ever seen Kante playing that? He's become a better player. I'm always going to thank Sarri for that. Today, very solid. Hopefully, no more injuries international break. We can't cope no more, you guys. For that reason, Kante is going to score a 7 out of 10. Now, we can move on to the attacking players, and I'm going to be starting with Christian Pulisic. Now, Pulisic today, it felt... Anytime I watch Pulisic, you guys, I'm not going to lie, I kept thinking of FIFA 20. Like, the skills, the close control, that's how I like to play in the game. I'm not going to lie. I'm a decent player. I'm not too bad. But Pulisic today, I haven't seen that type of finesse and confidence with his runs on the ball. And that's a beautiful thing to see, you guys, because it tells the fan base that Pulisic is relaxed. Pulisic is comfortable in his environment. He feels good at the club right now. And now that he's mentally feeling okay, we can see what he's doing on the football pitch. Now, again, as I'm stressing, he really played some nice stuff today. He took his goal really well. You make your own luck. We all know that Pulisic makes those runs inside the box, so is it really a surprise that he got on the end of that rebound? Of course not, but at the same time, even though there are way more positives than negatives, you know me, I'm always going to keep it real. With Pulisic today, at times, I thought that he was a bit selfish, a tiny bit, but that's okay. He's 21, and personally, I just want him to, keep that confidence going. If it means that he has to be a bit more selfish, so be it, because you guys know me. I'm thinking of the long term. When these guys are playing for us in 2-3 years' time, they're going to be even more complete players. And by that time, I'm not even going to be talking about aspects like that in their game. So I'm okay with it. Today, looked very positive, looked very sharp. Very good. He's been very impressive. Christian is going to score a 7.5 out of 10. And now we move on to Mason Mount. Now, Mason Mount is getting a little bit of stick from the fan base. I'm not too sure if I agree with it, you guys. For one, I've always felt that Mason constantly gets ignored in the final third. Just watch how Mason plays. See the positions he finds, see it that way. He's constantly in the right areas, and too many times, players aren't making the passes to him. Now that's okay. Mason's Mason. The role he plays, he'll keep finding that position time and time and time again. But he was so crucial in regards to linking up the play between the lines and, bringing the wingers between the lines as well. I'm always stressing that when we see Mason play, we see him drift into the left-hand channel. That's the most important area. It's quite obvious that we're a team that's focusing our attacks more down the left-hand side, and Mason's pivotal in helping us create those overloads in those areas. You know, when you see the fullback or the left winger doing well, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be because Mason Mount has made their lives easier. You know, let's not always look at what happens on the ball, you guys. On the ball, Mason's very good. Set piece delivery, very dangerous. You look very threatening today, but this guy really is a team player. He makes everyone play better. For that reason, Mason Mount is going to score a 7 out of 10. And now we move on to Willian. For me, Willian was the man of the match. Honestly, the assist he made, completely ridiculous. Just his overall play as well. He really is a leader. And I haven't seen this like leadership mentality to Willian. Maybe we have seen that, but we've dismissed it. But now that he's one of the most prominent senior players in the team right now, it's definitely a role in which has really galvanized Willian. You know, when he plays, it's obvious that his teammates look towards him. You know, he sets the standard, he sets the precedent. You know, today was really a joy to watch. You know, I love when he's dropping deeper, and now he's got more creative license and freedom. He's able to threaten teams way more. As I'm constantly stressing, it's about time we get over this hate in regards to Willian. It's not Willian from last season. It's not Willian from Conte. And when you deepen, when you compare the system and football we play to those two managers, you know, it's much more freer, much more fluid, much more attacking. Is it any surprise why some attacking players were going to struggle? I don't think so. Today, Willian is going to score an 8 out of 10. Now to end with the first team lineup, we end with Tammy Abraham. I'm going to stop the negatives first. With Tammy at times, you know, he's struggled physically. We need to understand that he's young, as I'm doing this for a reason, you guys. Upper body strength. But once he gets that, once he bangs out Gilmore, he's going to be fine. But obviously, as I'm stressing, Tammy, you know, you can't take this guy out of the game just by out-muscling him, because Tammy's smart. He'll just make runs in between you, runs in behind, and his movement is really devastating. Of course, he was onside. Great first touch, great finish to the bottom right corner. That's the composure that I've seen from Tammy quite a lot. I feel that as he gets more experience in this league, you guys, the finishing is only going to get better. But again, Tammy's going to score marks because of his great teamwork, and I love it. The teamwork is... How many times do you see this guy constantly running back into his own half? He did it again today. I think there was a moment where REECE lost the ball. Tammy was there to recover it, and we were good, you guys. This guy suits the team, and I'm always been stressing that strikers that complement the system they play in, you will forever get the best out of them. Today's score for Tammy Abraham is going to be a 7 out of 10. Now to end quickly with the subs, starting with Kalamata Natori. And what I love about competition between Pulisic and Hudson is that both players now play with confidence. When they play, they're not worrying about if they're going to make mistakes or the pressure. Their priority is, I want to get a first team spot. I need to play on point. That's why when Callum came on, he looked to make things happen. Callum was unlucky that his shot didn't go in the back of the net. It looked like it was going to go in, and I feel like he's close. He's getting closer to getting that goal. Hopefully during the international break, of course. I'm hoping that Southgate is going to play Callum and Sancho together. That would be great to see. And that could give Callum an even bigger confidence boost. I thought he looked impressive. Callum is going to score a 6.5 out of 10. We move on to Michy Batshuayi, and you know, we know when he comes on, the first thing that Michy is going to do is to look for opportunities to take shots on goal. He doesn't care about anyone else. There was a moment where, for me personally, it felt smarter to make a pass to Kalamata Natori instead of taking a risk by taking a shot off balance. It didn't really work, and aspects like that do frustrate me a bit with Michy. You know, I think that he needs to be a bit more selfless at times. But again, it's quite funny because it's not as if he's starting games, so he needs to make an impact the only way he knows how to. So I respect that. I understand the context, and I understand why Michy plays so, you know, single-mindedly at times. But, you know, to have a striker like this to come on, you guys, it's no surprise why Tammy has to constantly be on point. You know, if Tammy wasn't here, Michy's starting, and he's looking good. Michy is going to score a 6 out of 10. And to end things with the first team, we move on to Billy Gilmore. Unfortunately, he is going to score an NA. He didn't have too much time, but it's great to see that Lampard is really sticking to giving youth an opportunity in this team right now. Gilmore can only get better from it. Playing with the players we're playing with right now is only going to help him out in the future. So, of course, I'm hoping that next time I speak about Billy Gilmore, I'm giving this guy a high score. Now, I'm going to end this entire video focusing on Frank Lampard. What score is Lampard going to receive? Now, again with Lampard, forever positives. The first positive is that he used Emerson and REECE in the same team together. That's what we've always wanted to see. I thought that Lampard made the subs at the right time. I thought that if he subbed off PULISIC earlier, it wouldn't have been the best move. And, you know, by the time he subs him off, PULISIC gets the second goal, and that effectively seals the game. So, you know, great man management by Frank Lampard. But honestly, you guys, the fact that he played Emerson and REECE in the same team together, he'll get all the scores. So Lampard today is going to score a 7 out of 10. And on that note, you guys, I'm going to wrap things up and keep things moving. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm NiniFC. This is Blue Lions TV. Signing out.